Welcome, everyone. I have for you round 6 of the Pat's Acres Super Series Rental League. This is the heat race for the open class, and I have a very special guest joining me today.
Hi, I'm Jana.
We're going to try to do this race rewatch voiceover together and just see how it goes. Mostly, Jana will probably just talk shit about me.
Or give compliments here and there.
Well, considering the cart that I had in this race, I think it's going to be more of the former.
Well, your warm-up lap looks really good.
Sure was. So, yes, qualifying had a very bad cart. That's not just me saying that. I know it sounds like I say that a lot, but it happens a lot. No, but really my cart in qualifying was so bad that they actually ended up pulling it for the rest of the night. I qualified P9, I believe that's right, Jana?
Yep, P9.
And my lap time was like 3.5 seconds off my personal best. So it really was the cart. I feel like that's fair. What do you think?
Yeah, I can confirm. I'm pretty sure I outqualified you.
Yeah, your fastest lap time in qualifying was faster than me. So props to you.
Thank you. I had a good cart.
All right, so here we come around the final corner, looking for the green flag. Starting in P9, and this is a 10-lap heat race.
Why are you so far away from Emmanuel?
Because I'm bad at racing. Green flag, and here we go. So, as you can see, 0 acceleration off the line, and people are just walking past me. Whoa, that guy went way far wide. But there he is. He came back. So, not a good start for me. I think I've lost like 4 or 5 positions already. It's always a little frustrating when you get in a cart, start a race, and you can immediately tell it's not a good cart. Have you had that experience?
Unfortunately, more than once. Yes, I have had that experience.
Yeah.
Rental cart racing is fun, but there is a little bit of a gamble with it. I do wish that there was a little bit more consistency among the carts.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we see a neon green shirt there go wide off the track. I believe there's a little bit of contact there. Yeah, make it through clean. But you can see on the straight, people are just walking by me. My hands are a little expressive here. I was a little frustrated. But, that's how it goes. I just need to figure out how I can extract the most out of this cart and drive defensively. And basically minimize the losses so that I'm not starting too far back going into the final. So the driver up ahead in navy with the white helmet right directly in front of me right here, that's Emmanuel. He's actually the points leader going into tonight's race for the open class. I'm currently sitting in second, and so I was a little bit surprised to see him. He's a very fast driver. I think he's struggling with his cart as well. But I was seeing him and I was like, oh, geez, I don't even care if I finish way at the back. My cart's terrible, but as long as I can maybe beat Emmanuel, that's advantageous for the points. But I think I'm just trying to try to see the roses in the situation.
I do love watching you from the side play defense. It is very entertaining, and it is interesting to see the different lines you take when you're being defensive versus more aggressive.
Yeah, so I was already noticing the issue that Emmanuel's having is his cart is really not wanting to turn right. That's a pretty common issue, I would say.
Mm-hmm. The most common.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, if it's just the carts, the rental carts, just banging up the curbs. Most of the track is left-hand corners. And I don't know if they get tweaked or what, but generally if you get a bad cart, odds are it's going to struggle to turn right. And you can see out of the exit of every right-hand corner, I close down the gap to Emmanuel, but then the rest of the lap, he pulls away from me because my cart, yeah, it steers left and right, which is nice, but it has no acceleration. So, yeah, is what it is. Try to go up the inside. I saw him taking a really wide entry. Figured I would go for it, and yeah, I was able to make that move.
I'm sorry, I didn't remember that move.
Yeah, I definitely came from pretty far behind on that, but I don't know if he was having an issue. Again, it's that right-hand corner. He might have been trying a different line. I know sometimes when my cart's struggling to turn, I'll play with things like just trying to lock up real quick to get the cart turned on the entry, and minimize the amount of time I'm actually turning the steering wheel. But who knows? Able to make up the position, and now I'm sitting in front of the points leader and the next driver in the championships.
Was that him next to you?
Yeah, so again, he has a much faster cart on the straights, and he was getting a little bit of a push there. So able to do a little switcheroo and retake the position, and so I only lost one. And then you can see here taking a defensive line up the inside to try to close off the ability of that other driver in the gray to pass me.
Yeah, that time he took it wide again, but he was able to keep you. He was able to come back across in a way that kept you behind him.
Yeah. So far just a position change. Got bumped pretty hard there. Props to the other driver. He realized the mistake and actually backed off and let me retake the position. So all good. It happens.
That is one good thing about racing open class, I'm sure, is you guys understand that boundary a little bit more.
Yeah, I'd like to say that's true across the board, but yeah, for sure. In general, the drivers are pretty courteous. So you see me take a little bit of an inside narrow line into turn 1 and 2. Again, just trying to protect myself from the overtake. Here, I'm going to close it down and stay really close entry. It's not the optimal line, but at this point, I'm just trying to minimize the amount of positions that I'm losing.
You have someone right behind you, right?
Yeah, that driver in gray that was in front of me for a second is right on my bumper.
What are you thinking when someone gets that close to your bumper and you have a bad cart? What are you focusing on?
If I have a bad cart, that's when I'm going to just drive a defensive line and try to keep them behind me and make them work for the pass. I know that they're probably going to be able to pass me eventually on the straight, but no sense in just giving it to them, in my opinion. I'm still trying to race. I don't know. That might be a little bit cutthroat for me, but I don't know. Just as a racer, even if I know my cart sucks, I know I'm not going to win. Any driver passing me just hurts. So I don't know. I'm not blocking. I think, it's really important to not be reactionary in the moves that you're making. So for instance, if I looked over my shoulder and saw that he was coming up my inside and then moved over and took a really narrow entry right in front of him, that would be blocking. But I'm just choosing to drive an inside line, a defensive line, closing off the gap for him to so that he can't overtake me. So it's a fine distinction, but I actually really enjoy it sometimes. It's, if there's a bad race. Yeah, so right there, I don't think there was really a gap for him to go for there, but, all's good. The cart's faster there, so he was eventually going to pass me anyway. Watch this move. So I'm able to get a better exit, and I don't let him go wide and then do a crossover. You see that?
Whoa, that's what you were talking about. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So I basically held him narrow to pinch off that corner, and then at the last second, I came out to my right to set myself up for a better line through that corner, leaving him closed off, and I knew he was going to get a bad exit. So, little tactics like that can help. I was able to do a little switchover move there, and I was pretty proud of that move, actually.
It's my favorite so far of the race. I want to watch that part again.
Yeah, in a race like this, look at the gap to the group ahead. In a race like this, you got to find your entertainment. Green driver kind of came out of nowhere. We saw him go off the track earlier. He seems to be on a steamer though, and is able to pass me quite handily. I notice I'm turning my head into the hairpin quite a bit, more than I normally do. Do you do that? I think you do that.
I'm sure I do that. We'll find out on my video.
Yeah, so I was able to pass off, basically because there was over 30 drivers, they did the split format. So the open class, which I'm racing, raced separately from the rookie class, which Jana races. So we were able to pass the GoPro between each other and record both sessions. So we'll have that video for you as well. All right, coming down the front straight to the white flag, last lap, I'm just going to drive a very defensive line here to try to make sure that that driver doesn't pass me, and keep every position that I possibly can. See, extremely inside, not the racing line, but not so bad that I'm, a sitting duck and he's able to pass me. So it's a balancing act. You want to take an inside line so that there isn't room for the other driver to go up your inside and pass you, but you also don't want to compromise your corner so much that you just get passed on the exit.
You drive a very consistent line.
Thank you. Okay, so here we go. Final corner, final lap. Pretty good exit. Beautiful sunset, as always. And I'm currently in a drag race. You can't see it, but just wait for it.
No.
Yeah.
No. Did he get you?
He did. By 6 inches or so. Props to him for keeping at it. I kept him behind me as long as I could, and he beat me at the end. So yeah, finished P14. Obviously not the result I ultimately wanted, but given the cart, given the circumstances, I'll take it. Still towards the front half of the grid, I would say.
Yeah, we'll see. I like watching you come back from the behind.
All right, we'll have the final video up next.